Government continues to invest significant sums to improve the island's roads. The GIS dethrones Karessah at last weekend's Calypso finals, and we will bring you highlights of Carnival activities in and around the capital. Thank you for joining us on another edition of National Focus. I'm Kimani.
And I'm Mervin. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after the break.
Thanks for staying with us. The Honorable Public Works Minister Ian Pinard says government is spending significant amount of resources to improve the road network. The Honorable Minister gave details of ongoing developments on Focus and Government and the Development Radio Program with Mervin recently. Honorable Pinard says the projects have been a major source of employment for both skilled and unskilled persons.
We're giving Public Works a contract over $500,000 to patch all the roads in Roseland environment. So in fact, there's quite a few people employed, from Goodwill to Stock Farm to Bath Estate to Emzol to the city of Roseau itself to Kings Hill and also Victoria Street. So Public Works is now responsible for doing the patching of all these roads. And as I said, because we don't have asphalt, they'll be using tariff-based material and cement, and they will continue to do that. But we continue all the projects that we have is our young men who are skilled and some of them unskilled who are doing the job. And if you go in all the communities, because right now
even some young women too, I see.
That's right. Right now we approved $1.7 million for projects all around Dominica. So if you go now in any particular community now, you'll actually see a road being done. You go to Point Michel now, you see we're now constructing a road on Lovers Lane. And if you now go to Soufriere, you'll see a road being done in Sauce. So all these things, when you check the amount of people who are employed, it's creating employment, and the same thing you're talking about. So persons are employed. And if you go to Lap Lane, you'll see the same thing happening. If you go to Trafalgar, you'll see the same thing with Castlebrus. So if you go to any other constituencies in Roseau South, you see these things happening.
The Ministry of Education received over $100,000 in cash and school supplies last week. The Dominica Anguilla Relief Team and HarperCollins Publishers in the United Kingdom partnered with GIS Limited to make the donation possible. The Dominica Anguilla Relief Team donated $28,200 worth of school supplies, while the HarperCollins Publishers of the United Kingdom contributed 420 books comprising dictionaries, teachers' guides, and CSEC workbooks. Proprietor of GIS Bookstore, John Luce, spoke on behalf of the donors.
The person coordinating this is Hyacinth Augustine, who comes from Dominica. And she says that after the passage of Erica, she felt obligated to do an effort for Dominica. And as such, there were a number of fundraising efforts. At the end of those fundraising efforts, they realized $36,000. They've decided to contribute to every school in Dominica, including the private schools and the social center. And they are contributing a total of $28,200. $500 to each of the secondary schools and $300 to each of the primary schools.
GIS Limited was also a major contributor, donating 150 chairs to the Ministry of Education. The Honorable Minister for Education, Peter Seja, assured that the supplies and funds will be used efficiently. He expressed gratitude to those who responded to the call for help post-tropical storm Erica.
The fact that every school is receiving a cash donation speaks to the effort that was placed in this fundraising initiative and the impressive response to the call to assist Dominican schools which were severely affected following Tropical Storm Erica. I wish to place on record the gratitude of my ministry, the Ministry of Education, and that of the government of Dominica for the outpouring of support from our brothers and sisters in the region and further afield.
Several schools in Dominica were affected during the passage of Tropical Storm Erica.
The Honorable Minister for National Security, Rayburn Blackmore, is commending the Dominica Police Force for their commitment to the people of Dominica. At a press conference last week, the minister applauded the creation of an action plan for the implementation of a community policing project.
I've gotten the assurance by the Commissioner of Police, based on our interaction, that heightened presence and vigilance will not disappear after Carnival. And in that regard, I was in fact encouraged by the fact that the police chief has presented to me an action plan for the actual implementation of a community policing plan that will seek to forge greater alliances between the police and the public, because certainly the police cannot perform its tasks alone, but there has to be a sense of cooperation, and we have to work very hard, therefore, to get rid of any element of suspicion between the police and the public. And what better way to do so than the actual implementation of a community policing plan for the express purpose of preventing crime in the first instance.
Government will nevertheless continue to provide the police with all the assistance they need.
This government will never hesitate to provide whatever resources the police department needs in order to facilitate the police in implementing its mandate. At every instant, the Minister of Finance, who's also the Prime Minister, has always responded with quick dispatch whenever a request is made by the ministry.
You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
Protection from abuse is every child's right. Everyone has a shared responsibility in protecting the child from abuse.
Mothers, believe your children when they say they've been abused, and follow through with child abuse cases when they've been reported.
For more information on child abuse or to report suspected cases on child abuse, contact the Social Welfare Division on 33 Great Marlborough Street or call 266-3020 or 266-3080.
Welcome back. Denison Joseph, the Dice, is Dominica's Calypso King for 2016. Dice emerged winner among 9 other finalists at the Calypso Finals on Saturday, February 6.
So many misguided brothers don't want to work, just want some quick dollars. Who think they have nothing else to offer than to take advantage of their most vulnerable neighbors. Does life make you a robber or a killer? It is the road you choose. You're made in the image of your creator. What is your excuse? Mothers, all your children don't do what I have done. A man online selling his nation. My Dominica trade house.com. Oh Lord. Calypso, monarch of Dominica. Dice.
The Bob emerged second runner-up, while the Web emerged first runner-up in the competition.
People ask me questions, what's my motivation? Why I'm in Dominica singing Calypso. I tell them it's beyond that, it's something straight from the heart. Though it hurts, I keep coming back for more. The same reason why some Dominicans choose to roll is the reason why I choose to stay at home. I'm just a dreamer with a desire to score one big one for Dominica. Hey. you to be part of my success story. Even with her, it's my reality.
I'm searching for me leader, but like I need a visa. He always out the country, so I'm starting with New York City. This ain't no kicks, man, this ain't no joke. In we politics, that is how we don't smoke. You support a man, you give him power. But when election over, you can find the bugger. The tail wagging the dog. It's happening every day. The tail wagging the dog. They forget who put them there. The tail wagging the dog. Promises to make things right. The tail wagging the dog. Start to change from us to might. Come and check out the play.
DICE reclaimed the title from last year's winner, the Karessah. This is the 8th crown for King DICE.
Tassia Flozak is the 2016 Carnival Queen. Flozak outperformed 5 other contestants at last Friday's pageant at the forecourt of the Windsor Park Stadium. Tassia, who was sponsored by Dominica National Petroleum Company and the Universal Martial Arts Academy, also won the award for Best Talent.
The flogging lasted 6 hours, hardly a minute more, by which time Dominic's skin was shredded and raw. In the end, Eric fled. He was sure she was dead. But amid the waste and carnage, Dominic slowly lifted her head.
Holding on, but there's just something so strong somewhere inside me, and I am down, but I get up again. Don't count me out just yet. I've been forced down to my knees, and I've been pushed way past the point of breaking, but I can't take it. I'll be back on my feet. This is far from over. You haven't seen the last of me.
GIS Dominica 2016. Tassia Flozak. Where we got some, you're the shadow.
Nawana Shillingford of Lubier captured the first runner-up position. She received the awards for Best Swimwear and Best in Swimwear. The second runner-up position went to Brittany Farrow of Granby. She captured the awards for Best Costume, Best in Costume, Best Evening Wear and Best in Evening Wear.
My neighborhood, wash away my livelihood, leave me in the nude, but you cannot take my dream. No, 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 Dominica will rise. I know we will rise. We will rise. Dominica is bound to.
The 2016 celebration of Mass Dominic 2016 is officially over. The celebrations, which officially commenced on Saturday, January 16, culminated with 2 days of street parades. Hundreds of revelers converged on the capital city just after 4 in the morning for a parade of Lapokabwit groups.
Hundreds also lined up on the streets on Tuesday for the parade of costume groups. The 2016 Carnival Queen and Calypso King made special appearances at the parade.
Hey yo! Talk to me! Why you here? Mr. Belly by your case, baby! Hey! Now watch this! Yes, boy! Carnival time, open you be free, be no chest, boy! No for the line, we come to live this city in a mess, boy! No time to waste, real deal! You can't settle for less, boy! Time and place, who your music? Activate. Tell your boss you need a break, you need for rapping right away. Need a medicine for cure. Who your slice in case I love. Tell your boss you need a break, you need for rapping right away. Carnival knocking on the door. Who your slice in case I love. Carnival again, baby, no. In front of you. I warn you. We not play, it's you every day. Just do getting high, no time for playing shy. Just do moving with the crew, anything we do. Just do rendezvous, Carnival is me and you. With a flex, boy. Yes, I. I'm Balebao. Hey, baby, looking nice. Hey, put it. Yes, boy. Fretting time, take 2 shots and forget all your stress, boy. Free your mind, roll with me, you're rolling with the best, boy. We come as one to take a dirty foot like we possess, boy. The city grace, who your music activate. Tell your boss you need a break, you need for rapping right away. Need a medicine for cure, who your slice in case I love. Tell your boss you need a break, you need for rapping right away. Carnival knocking on the door, who your slice in case I love.
Carnival celebrations, however, were not limited to the capital city. GIS News captured some carnival scenes in Solihull, Grand Bay, and Portsmouth.
watching it passing your way, turn it when you see it. All aboard, all aboard. Come on, yo.
Head of the Discover Dominica Authority, Colin Piper, spoke with GIS News on Wednesday, one day after the official end of Mass Dominic 2016.
Generally, so far, it seems that most people enjoyed themselves. Particularly pleased with the amount of color and spectacle I saw on Carnival Tuesday in particular. And also the participation by the public in terms of in particular the jump ups. There was participation in terms of onlookers, and there was also participation by the wider public in terms of the opportunities they had to jump up in the bands, especially on Tuesday.
Yes, I'm sure after Tropical Storm Erica, I know a lot of things in Dominica, a lot of festivals that were planned were probably kind of scaled down. I know for Mass Dominic 2016, during one of the press conferences, it was said that, you know, we really try to not burst the budget, if I could say it that way. With the plans that you had in mind for Mass Dominic 2016, especially considering the storm, you know, how do you think things went?
Well, the plan going into Mass Dominic 2016 was really to try to have the private sector participate. And if you would look at the calendar of events, quite a few events were organized by the private sector, and for that we are grateful. We tried to, at the DFC, we tried to create the enabling environment and make sure that everything was set in terms of the village, in terms of just making sure that people knew that there was going to be a Mass Dominic with a difference, and set that stage so that private sector could build on it. And I think that that is a good formula. I would like to explore it further. It's challenging in terms of the organization and logistics, but it's also something that allows us to get additional bang for the buck. And so for that, I think that the pilot, so to speak, for 2016 has been done, and we need to evaluate and see how we can make additional mileage, how we can get additional mileage for 2017 and beyond.
Yes. Okay, so if I have just one more question, it would be, if there was one word that you could use to describe Mass Dominic 2016, what do you think that would be?
Well, probably a few of them. Challenging is one, but I think rewarding is another. And it's difficult to use one word. I think Dominicans were ready for a release, and we're ready for to let the world know that things are back to normal. And one of the ways we know how to do that is to show our exuberance in festivities. And you could see a certain amount of just stress release on a number of the people participating, and I think that is really what the country needed. And certainly what the tourism industry has needed to let people know that we're back to normal.
Thank you.
And that's news. McPherson St. Luce is up next with Creole Highlights.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à ces nouvelles en créole. Non, moi, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, le gouvernement Dominique a fait tout le bagaille pour assister la police faire travail. Parole ça la sortie au ministre de Sécurité nationale, Honorable Ribbon Blackmore.
Ça nous a fait, quand le gouvernement, nous avons fait certain, le département de police là, tout le bagaille a besoin. Pour faire certain, il y a patrol, comme ça, il met tout le bagaille en ordre. Aussi, nous avons besoin pour mettre un oiseau, ça va que sécurité caméra. Nous avons espoir aussi, après Carnival fini, nous allons faire certain, nous avons sécurité caméra en oiseau, place qu'on grand temps, pour un barrage qui pour longtemps, parce que barrage ça bien important. Vous savez, nous avons fait plus difficile pour les criminels. Il n'y a pas de bonne pièce pour les gens qui ont fait criminalité, qui ont blessé les gens, qui ont en la caille moun, bah comme ça, c'est bah ça pas bon pour un pays. Et ben, moi comme ministre là, moi ça dit là, moi que fait tout bagaille mon pays pour faire certain nous arrêter bagaille ça. Donc mettre ça en place que tout le monde aime, par les comptes, sur base que tous les l'amour bagaille comme ça. Et ben, il n'y a pas bon pièce pour payer les andam moun ka les café Kyoto.
Alors, nouvelle voiture qui part au bas, ministre santé, c'est pour population Fogen. Parole ça là, sorti secrétaire parlement en ministre santé, Honorable Ivor Stevenson.
Quand autant plus bonheur, Fogen, si on bagaille, là, il y a servi chimical et puis il y a passé et puis spray, c'est mangouin. Et puis, nous avons ça qui aide nous temps pour qui mène nous ça contrôler Zika. Mais moi, je dis tout, et puis c'est des fois que là, nous parlons de gens qui sont pour servir chemical, tout seul, qui sont très maingouin pour contrôler Zika. Mais les gens, si vous faire ça, si vous faire pour qu'il n'y ait pas de chaîne glue dans différentes places où la maingouin, ça prend zéro pour faire des maingouin et puis aller en vent pour morder les gens pour bailler Zika. So, si vous faire ça, si vous faire pour qu'il nous empêcher toute place la glue ça été pour empêcher mangouin. So ça nous si on l'autre support hod par où là nous qui continuer pour mettre toutes ces affaires ça en place pour empêcher mangouin, empêcher maladie comme Zika et puis l'autre affaires pour faire santé.
Et bien finalement, ça fait délinquancy, ça c'est mon business qui pas qu'à payer Dominica Social Security. Son problème pour une institution celle-là. Parole ça là sorti hors député directeur M. Augustus Etienne.
Il y a certains employés qui prennent l'argent mon pas payer. Avec les ils continuent à faire ça, il va venir plus en plus difficile pour eux parce que si vous passez à payer contribution pour un mois, il est plus difficile pour payer pour 3 mois, pour 6 mois, pour une année. Plus longtemps pour payer, plus difficile qu'il y a. Autant fois nous pour aller mener à l'office pour nous savoir couvrir l'argent là en balois parce que là où toucher l'argent c'est mon ça là pour payer contribution à la social security ou pas payer ça ou ka faire quoi ou ka vraiment voler l'argent c'est mon là avec loi ka voir ça va laisser voler vraiment mais pas l'employé ni pour mettre un certain valeur contribution avec ça ou ka toucher votre salaire c'est travailler là les ça nous encourager pour faire c'est même si vous payez pas payer tout at least payer ça ou tirer l'argent c'est travail là parce que si vous tirez ou pas servir pour raison tirer là ça ou faire ou tirer l'argent yo et ça c'est un crime balois.
Messieurs mesdames, ça c'est toute pour nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Non moi c'est McPherson Luce. Au revoir.
Coming up next, a tip of the day. Staying healthy and safe at work is important. No matter what your job, it is important to reduce your risks of injury and illness at work. Take regular breaks. Staying fresh and alert will help you avoid injury or burnout.
Schedule the most difficult tasks of each day for times when your concentration is best, such as first thing in the morning.
And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm.
Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the news production team, I'm Mervin Matthew.
And I'm Kimani. Thanks for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.